Hello everyone, this is Dotman, and this is turn 5 of the Vulcan Sector Mentor vs. Midshipmen series for Planets New. And I've actually already recorded this once, and I'm not pleased with how I played my turn. So I'm going to come back in and redo it. I want to show you a feature since I'm doing that anyway. You can see here on the star map I've already got stuff lined up and everything. If you go into Settings, down here at the bottom there's a little button that says Reset Your Turn. So you can click this and it's going to reset everything back the way it was. And you don't often use this, but occasionally you just want a clean slate. You don't think you played it right. So I'm going to hit OK. You know, you saw that little resetting, and there we go. I'm back to the beginning. So let's take a look at what I'm going to do on this turn. My star map here, yeah. Let's start with the starships. Medium deep space freighter. Came up here, found a little planet. No natives, some minerals, not really great. Poor density on the duranium. Temp 37. This is your kind of standard not so great planet. So I'm going to drop a few clans here. And some supplies. And move on to this guy up here. To the next ship. My Cobalt class cruiser, of course, has found a world. Again, no natives. Really bad temperature. This is going to be hard to get any clans to live on. A whole bunch of tritanium, but yeah, you kind of get a lot of tritanium. Not so much of the other ones. This is not a great planet at all. So I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to beam down some clans and give you some supplies to get them going. And on the last turn I had them going up here, but if you see, I've bioscanned this planet. You can see it's a bovinoid world with 7 million natives. This is a really good planet. If the government's good and the minerals are good, it can be exceptional. So what I'm going to do is send this LDSF up here. Yeah, up here. And I'm not going to send my Cobalt up there. I'm going to send them down to start looking at this cluster down here. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, this is the first turn where I've had a planet that is not within one jump, which means my starship is going to end up in deep space for a turn. Now, if I go just like this, everybody's going to be able to see where I came from. There's going to be a little line down there, you know, green line showing my destination, and it's generally not good. So what you usually want to do in a case like this is fly somewhere, you know, 81 light years or so. I can go like this, maybe there. And in this case, I could have come from this planet, or this one, or this one, or this one, or this one. People don't know which way I'm traveling. It's very good. In fact, since I'm only going to end up at one of these worlds, you know, I'm going to bring it up just a little more so that it's not so obvious that I'm going this direction as opposed to that direction. So that's good. I'm going to my next starship. It's my LDSF that I was bringing over here to drop clans and supplies on this world and this world. If you recall, I've got I'm going to need 350 or so clans up here. So I'm going to drop the rest of them right here. Just drop them all, save 350. And this planet's generating its own supplies because it's bovinoid, so I'm just going to drop everything right here. And send this guy on up there. Last but not least, the new LDSF that I built. Now, if you recall, I was originally going to send this directly to the Savian world with a whole bunch of colonists, but I've changed my mind, and I'm going to head it up towards this planet and colonize that first. Of course, I'm going to hop past this one, so I'm going to want at least 763 colonists. So let's load this guy up. A couple hundred fuel. Maybe 1,100 clans. I'm going to bring 100 supplies along that I'm going to drop on this planet to get going. You can see there, you know, it's got some minerals, and I'm going to want to build some factories there. Maybe not 100, maybe 80, and a couple mega credits to get it going. And that's good. Set a speed, set a mission. And my starships are good to go. And I like this play a little more. Last time I still had my Cobalt going back up here, and my LDSF following it, but there's really no reason because I don't care about these worlds as much as I do about these. This is much better, I think. So let's take a look at my planets now. Starting with the first one. This is the new one, the the amphibian world, and I just dropped some supplies here, so I want to take those and build factories with those supplies. And I don't want to use any of my supplies up. There we go. Oh, maxed out on factories. I'll build a couple mines. Okay. I'm not going to build too many mines on this planet. There's not a lot of minerals to mine, so I might build, I don't know, 20 or 30, just to get these minerals over time, but not too many. This is good. I'm going to leave this just like this, except now I can apply a much better tax because I have a lot more colonists. So I'm going to tax them as much as I can to collect. So let's take a look here. This situation is going to happen a lot. If I tax it 13%, I lose 6 happiness and I get 734 mega credits. If I tax one more, I lose 7 happiness and I get 773. I could collect up to 790, so ideally I'd have at least 790 colonists here. I don't. I'm going to take a happiness hit of a point without collecting the full amount on it, which is, you know, not ideal, but if it was a lot more, I wouldn't do it, but I want those extra 40 mega credits, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. Hit OK. This planet's done. Next is my home world. No tax. They're still recovering. I can build another factory, and I can build another mine, so I'm going to do that. Otherwise, this planet's good. This is the new planet I just colonized. You can see I have 12 supplies, but I'm going to do like I did before and apply a small tax. There we go, 21 mega credits, and wait till next turn to build. And finally, this is that bovinoid world. Next turn I'll be able to get a whole bunch of supplies here when I drop colonists. The turn after that, really, but for now I'm going to start building things. I'm going to build as many factories as I can without using up my supplies. There we go. And I'm going to wait till next turn, keep this tax going, and build some more. Alright, that about covers the planets for now. The last thing to do is build a starship. Let's take a look here. Alright. I have a couple choices. I can either build another large deep space freighter and send it down here like I was originally planning, or I can build a cobalt and kind of send it down here to colonize as well. It kind of depends on how soon I think I'm going to need money. I know I've got money coming in here now, so I should be okay. But, you know, I don't have any enemies close with this setup. It's still early, so I think I am going to build that LDSF and build a cobalt next turn. So let's do that. You can see that's going to eat up a fair amount of my remaining duranium. You know, I want to think about if I'm going to have enough next turn to, the turn after, to continue building ships, because it's not my plan right now to send any ships back to my home world for at least a couple turns. You can see I'm only mining 54 per turn, so that's still pretty good. I think I'm going to be okay, because if I build a cobalt next turn, and probably the turn after that too, you can see it's only using up 70 in a pop. So if I'm using 50, or mining 50, I'm burning up like another 22 here. A little less because it was actually 54 per turn to build one of these. And my other minerals look good. Money's probably more of a concern, but I'm going to tax soon. So yeah, I think I'm going to be fine. I'm going to stick with the LDSF and do the cobalt next turn. Hit build ship. And that's about it. Let's go back to the dashboard, and I will see you on turn 6.